One at a time, guys.
NOC from Bravo, we have been cleared. We're going to start pulling out of here, and we'll
10-4, thank you. And thank you to all of you who are joining us online. I'm Eliana Moreno up here in Rooftop before Alpha, along with my pilot, Saro Garabetian, watching as officers from the LAPD take several I'm not going to call them suspects, pardon me, several protesters into custody. These are individuals who were peacefully protesting throughout the day here in the streets of Hollywood.
There's cops there, and there's cops up there. We're all blocked in. They're not letting us leave. They're not letting us leave.
I got it. Everyone's running now.
And now the reason why these people are being taken into custody isn't necessarily because they committed any other crimes. It's actually just for the curfew violation. So that is why these individuals are being taken into custody. But as you can see, none of them are resisting. They are all down on the ground. Some of them with their hands behind their back.
I feel like they're gonna tear gas. Get your masks ready. I don't know. Just get your mask.
And again, these people are on the ground at Van Ness Avenue and Rosewood, and I am differentiating because there's people who are on the roof.
Nearby, you ready to pick us up? Just kidding. Look, it's a perfect spot. It's great.
Yeah, so sure.
Now, these are not people who live in this building. They are people that were going to be arrested also for violating the curfew, but they were able to drive their vehicles to the back side of this apartment complex and get up on the roof. Yeah, I can do a saddle or cageway. I think so. What's going to happen here is they're going to take care of the people who are on the ground first, take them into custody, put them into slammer vans, or put them into the sheriff's transportation buses or squad cars if they have enough squad cars for it, and take them to jail. And once they're all done, then they will focus their attention on the people who are up on the roof. They need the buses to transport the people who are being detained to jail. Because there's just so many that are being taken into custody tonight for the curfew violations.
Yes, good evening. That day, dozens of residents and protesters were on the roof just like they are tonight. The residents welcomed the protesters into their homes to give them a safe place to stay. And the building manager says at one point police promised they wouldn't come inside, but they did. But either way, it was an unforgettable night. On Tuesday, hundreds peacefully protested through the streets of Hollywood. Among the crowd, Dutch Van Haren.
All the residents were coming out cheering us on.
Residents like Lara Diane Hour.
It was a really wonderful group of people. And then right at 6 o'clock, the police started coming in on all sides,
blocking the streets.
Within minutes, we had cop cars flying in from every direction.
Diane Hour and her neighbors did what they thought was right.
So we opened the door and I just started yelling, "Everybody to the roof, everybody to the roof."
It was supposed to be a safe haven for the protesters as police and news helicopters swarmed.
At that moment, like I said, everybody's scrambling, trying to figure out what they're going to do.
And the group decided to do this, forming the letters BLM for Black Lives Matter with their bodies.
And they were like, okay, well, we have the opportunity to make a real statement here. And they did that.
But then, she says police jumped into action.
They don't have a warrant. There's no one in the building calling for help or asking them to enter, and then busted down the door. And ran inside with real weapons. They were pointing handguns.
Despite the tense moments and arrests, a beautiful moment was created and friendships were built.
She was trying to keep us safe up top.
And the group of complete strangers are now forever bonded together.
We literally were saying we have a new family. And so that was pretty cool.
And the man we spoke to, Dutch, says he drove from San Diego because of the racism he's experienced as a mixed person. And it's important to note that tonight on this roof, a group of protesters and residents are here because they wanted to reunite.
Black Lives Matter!
So as she said, it really was a new family for them and a new community that came from all of this. Back to you.
Wow, what a story. Are they going to do the BLM again tonight?
If you ask them to, probably.
You know,
right?
they might. I was going to say, if I ask them to, I bet you they will form BLM with their bodies again.
Might take a minute.
Yeah,
we can make it happen.
We got to get Sky. We got to get Sky
Justin
Fox.
said they can make it happen.
We got to get Sky Fox over that and show that later in the show. All right, Coco McAvoy, thank you so much.